Say enough about this senior from Gonzaga High School in Washington, D.C. has been a steadying influence.
So my mom worked for about 15 years on the 50-yard line at Gonzaga, and it was always kind of a dream of hers for me to go to Gonzaga, but it wasn't realistic. Like, I didn't think I could get in. We never really talked about me going there. She would just always like look up to the Gonzaga kids, and then 8th grade, I finally got my act together a little bit when I went to Montrose Christian. I had a great academic year and really excelled. And then I excelled in the classroom, and then on the court I really excelled as well. So that gave me the opportunity to make my mom's dream come true, which is ultimately real happy for me. So. My name is Tavon Blackmon. I'm an account executive at Oracle NetSuite, the #1 cloud-based ERP platform in the world. A lot of the things that I learned in sports, in basketball in particular, especially in PG County, is translated to me working in sales. So just being super competitive, always having like a chip on your shoulder, knowing that you might lose your spot, paying attention to detail, like always finding a way to win. I think that really transitioned to real life and to make you a real team player too. So while you're an individual, you want to be the best, like you got to make sure your team is successful too. So I think basketball and sports in general teach you a lot of life lessons that really translate after basketball. Beating Patterson, it wasn't necessarily about myself. I mean, I had a pretty good game. The person I was checking had a real good game too. But it was just, we played at Coolidge High School. It was about 5,000 people there. Everything I did or anybody else did on the court, it seemed like the whole city was watching. Everybody stood up. I know we was playing on TV, so that was just an amazing experience. And then my teammate hit the game winner, a walk-off game winner, so that's probably the highest moment in my life in high school. And then college, probably beating Providence. It had 4 NBA players on the team. My matchup got drafted top 5, and we won pretty convincingly, and I had a real good game. I mean, for the first semester or two, I didn't feel like I should be there. For the first 2 years, actually, I didn't feel like I should be there. You're around a lot of kids that's not like me from PG County. And when I say that, I mean African American that come from a good home too. So it's a weird dynamic there, but it ended up being amazing. I met some great people, some great friends, and it really opened my eyes up to real life. And obviously, PG County is an idealistic like neighborhood. Like when you get outside of it, it's way different. It's a lot more life, and Brown really helped me see that as well as Gonzaga. So that was good for me. Being the first person to kind of take that leap of faith to go to an Ivy League school, it's not the cool thing to do, and I didn't want to do it at first neither. I was looking at a whole bunch of different schools and was probably going to make a bad decision, but something told me that Brown was the right place for me. And then I was scared, I was intimidated, but it ended up being the best decision of my life. And it's something that I push a lot of people from this area to do. I've already gotten 2 kids from my high school to go to Ivy League schools as well, and I hope I can get more. So it's just the best decision I ever made for me. Why? Because I'm always like scared to lose. I'm scared to be unsuccessful. I'm scared to fail. So I think that always keeps me going forward. It's an appropriate fear. It's not something that keeps me up at night or nothing like that, but it's always in the back of my mind. So my why is to not take steps backwards in my family. So you're supposed to progress every generation. My grandparents, 2 of them moved from Mississippi. My other grandmother was raised in the house with 15 brothers and sisters. My parents were the first people in my family to graduate from college. And then I took it up a step, and I ended up going to an Ivy League institution, and my sister is doing real well for herself as well. So my why is to keep pushing and be as successful as I can so that my kids and my grandkids can keep everything going and moving forward. I don't want to take steps backwards. I had a few conversations with a lot of my friends that was just like, I ain't supposed to be here, I hate it here, this ain't for me. That was probably the toughest 3 months of my life. I lost somebody real close to me as well, like right around December as well, so all within the first semester. And I didn't want to keep going, but again, that why and that fear of me being the guy who leaves and comes back, and people just automatically look at you like, oh, you ain't make it, you ain't this, you ain't that. So I think that kept me moving and kept moving forward, and also not wanting to let my parents down. I mean, like I said, they worked real hard to put me in this great position. So having a good foundation, a lot of friends really helped me through that. Like I said, I didn't think I wanted to stay. It was tough for me. It was real tough, and but it ended up being a lot better as I kept moving forward.
On the floor for Zuzwa. Zuzwa steps back, takes a long rainbow three and hits it. 10 seconds to go. Here comes Tavon Blackmon. Blackmon behind the back. Dribbles down the right side of the lane, beats his man to the bucket and scores with 3.8 seconds left.
Look at this, not going to get a shot off.
Nudoba
No shot off.
won't get a shot off, and the Bears win it.
Tavon Blackmon right in front of us. Look out, Scott, don't get hurt.
Interview after the game, going to the locker room, and everyone's showing me their phone, and I'm going viral. I got 100,000 retweets, and everyone's texting me and calling me, and I'm thinking it's about me. I'm like, this ain't the move wasn't that crazy, and I know it's just Brian, like it's not, and it wasn't about me. The dude on the other team forgot the time and score and got the inbounds after I scored and threw the ball up in the air. So, I mean, it was cool that I went viral and my name was said everywhere, but it wasn't about me, it was about the other dudes. So it was a funny moment, but it was a good moment. Like I said, I work at the #1 cloud-based ERP platform in the world, and I'm excelling. My first year, I got Rookie of the Year. I hit my quota in 10 months, and I haven't slowed down. So I just think that that's been a great experience. And I think if you're an athlete that is interested in being competitive, interested in being on the team, interested in just keeping your spot and ultimately trying to make as much money as you can, I think sales is a good way to go. If you like it, it's not for everybody, but it was definitely the way to go for me. It's always somebody nice. Like no matter what gym you go to, no matter what AAU team you play for, you can play on the DC Assaults or the team takeovers, and it could be somebody on a no-name AAU team that might come out there and kill you and take your spot. So even in those workouts, I mean, it's always new people coming in, it's new people flying in. That keep you hungry, that keep you motivated, and that keep you, like I said, with an appropriate level of fear that you don't want to lose your spot. So I think overall that transition really helped me in real life. I think if you keep that hunger and that same drive, you're gonna be successful no matter what you do. Sports transition to everything in real life. Like I said, it teach you a lot of life lessons that you probably don't realize you got. So sales overall is amazing. I mean, sports overall is amazing. It really can help you in real life. It's life after basketball. I mean, everybody in this area want to just hoop and they want to keep hooping, but it stops eventually. Whether you 17, whether you 20, 25, 30, the ball gonna start bouncing eventually, and you just gotta make sure that you're prepared for when it does. I mean, I think a lot of people set themselves up by not having a backup plan. Just know that it's a lot more outside of basketball. People used to always say, like, use the game, don't let it use you. I never knew what it meant, and I was subconsciously doing it because people kept saying that to me over and over and over again. I think if everybody kind of just keep that message in their head, they can be really successful and really just continue to excel. So I just think that kids just need to have a life after basketball, and while you in the gym Monday through Sunday, in the morning and the nighttime, just make sure you keep studying and keep doing the right thing, stay out of trouble. I think it can help you a long way. It's not cool to be in trouble. It's not cool to, you can be cool by being smart and hooping. Like that can take you a long way. That's gonna keep you real stress-free at night. So I just think that's all I gotta say.